Hi, this is Skeletor. And you will listen to your nerd side with Fonseca. Who? Oh. Hi, this is Skeletor. And you will listen to your nerd side with Fonseca.
Hey, welcome to this week's Your Nerd Side. The big thing I want to talk about is DC fandom, or fandom, as you might say. Now, a lot of you might know about DC, some of you might not know, but what exactly is DC fandom? Well, it's the first of its kind, an immersive global fan experience in 9 languages, is what's amazing. Featuring exclusive reveals, their biggest stars across the DC multiverse, free for all fans to join for 24 hours, only on the 22nd, and that is it. No lines, no badges, and you shouldn't have missed it. But if you did miss it, I'll give you a quick recap. We're going to be talking about The Flash. We're going to be talking about the Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad, but The Suicide Squad, and it looks amazing. And, of course, what everyone has been talking about, and it is trending everywhere, and we've just posted it on social media at Your Nerd Side, the Batman trailer, and what you think about it. We're going to come right back. Amvia's in the studio. She's fooling around on her laptop right now. We're going to come right back, start the show, and then we're going to rediscover some old interviews a little bit later on. I was going to go either Gilbert Gottfried or Richard Hatch from Battlestar Gallactica, but I like Richard Hatch, so we're going to go back in time. Today, we're going to hear a past interview from Richard Hatch.
Not Buck Rogers?
No, not Buck Rogers. We'll come right back.
Welcome to Comic-Con,
where once a year, sci-fi buffs take their lips off the barrel of a loaded gun and spend half a day adjusting their eyes to sunlight.
You want to see a comic book with pregnant zombie nuns?
You psychotic nerd!
Dude, what a bunch of freaking nerdos.
Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
I'm a nerd too.
Your personality needs some work.
You're not part of the popular clique.
But I was kind of a lonely nerd in high school.
I started a quilt. I did yoga twice a week. I wore flip-flops in public.
I like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
You're a nerd. So I'm glad you're joining the show this weekend. And if you are being part of the listening to the DC world and everything like that, the fandom of all the events going on, it is nonstop. It happened on this previous Saturday, whatever you know. So they had 24 hours of stuff going on. Amazing. First thing I want to touch is the Batman. I was going to play a soundbite from the Batman trilogy, the beginning of a new era, but I was like, you know what? No, because you probably have already seen it. Well, we found out so far who some of the heroes are. Announced were we had Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, but it seems like the big arch enemy of this one is the DC's own, the Batman's own Riddler's going to be on it. And Paul Dano is playing the Riddler. You might know him from, what was that movie? It was that one with the Switch Army Knife Man. What is it? He's 12 years slave. What else he did so many movies. Hold on, I'm looking up right now for you guys. Here we go. The Newcomers, LIE, The Emperor's Club, The Girl Next Door, Taking Lives, The Ballad of Jack and Rose, The King, Little Miss Sunshine, Weapons. If you see his picture, you know exactly who I am talking about. And of course, he is playing Ed Nashton, the Riddler, in that. Other people in the movie, and this is impressive. They've got a good cast coming on. They let me make sure I got all this right. Oh, John Turturro as Falcone, and he's got big shoes to fill. And I got to jump back to the Penguin because I don't know if you go back to 1995. Jim Carrey actually played the Riddler, and now this gentleman's got to do it. So I don't think they're going to go with the silliest and goofing around and all that stuff, but they're going to go more serious side with him playing it.
So are you looking forward or wish you don't see him? Because Alfred is being played by a famous actor who's been on Planet of the Apes, but you never see him. He has been in You have no idea who I'm talking about. Lord of the Rings.
You're talking about the
very famous English film actor, Andy Serkis.
Is he going to play himself or is he playing a CGI character?
No. He's playing Alfred. But that's my whole
he's
point.
actually playing himself? Yeah, I'm a little excited about that.
Well, I mean, there's been talk like he should have gotten some Oscar nominations for some of his work, even though he was animated, right? And then I love about James Gordon. Sorry for cutting you off, for Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, I was surprised they're going to black version of that.
Well,
I mean,
awesome. The world is not all about white. I'm sorry, people, wake up. But Jeffrey Wright is an excellent actor.
Why not black Batman?
You're absolutely correct. I think why not an Asian Batman? I think etc. I think they're trying to slowly put that in there. Not saying that's right. Don't quote that thing. But unfortunately, when I did job interviews, and I've been in interviews where people complain, this needs to go faster, and literally one of the the CEOs is saying change takes time. So not that we need to expect it to take time, but I think that's why it is. But Jeffrey Wright, not only is he a great actor, you would see him in Westworld. He's still in there. So if you want to see some of the work that he's done there, but he's also put out some help for a lot of New York restaurants during the COVID-19 work as well, too. He's also been in The Shaft, Mockingjay. He played that scientist as well there. And he has a lot of other movies coming up because I think everyone's just realizing what an amazing actor. And you probably don't know that he's also Tony from Rick and Morty show.
Wow, I did not know that.
See?
So here's $1 million question. What did you think of Batman's outfit?
I didn't like it. It looked too skinny.
Did you see his boots?
I mean,
he was wearing like combat boots.
That's fine, the combat boots, but except I hope they're reinforced.
He is small.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For someone to beat the SHIT out of somebody, you're going to have to be a little bit bigger. Like there's women that I know.
Bruce Lee was a small guy.
Huh?
Bruce Lee was a small guy.
Yeah, but he used martial arts.
But isn't Batman supposed
to be using martial arts? So if is it Patterson?
Robert Pattinson.
If Robert Pattinson want to go off on doing martial arts, it doesn't matter with that costume, but he won't be wearing a costume with a cape doing martial arts.
You know what? We can't judge until we see
arts.
When I saw the Batman outfit in the preview, and if you want to watch it, it's yournerdside.com, or you just Google it. It's everywhere. Okay, it's pretty much everywhere. When I saw Robert Pattinson as the Batman, I was like, you know what? His costume's not that bad. Logo, I'm not really digging it. But when he was just playing himself and he's looking in the mirror, it just looks like a goth guy. He looks like, what's his name? Garth Brooks when he played the goth person.
When I thought this, when I was so Aaron was playing the trailer and I was just seeing images because I was doing some other work. And then when I see Patterson, correct?
Pattinson,
thank you. I always want to say Patterson.
It's okay.
Sorry, Robert. But when I first saw it, I thought it was an origin story because his hair looks like, the poor weak, Bruce Wayne before he really discovers himself and goes through this massive training because he has his straight long hair going over his face. And I'm like, and maybe they did that because they didn't want you to associate with him with Twilight, which, by the way, is making a comeback in novels.
Jesus.
Well,
really?
During COVID-19, what else are you going to do, dude?
And then, I don't know. I just saw him as Bruce Wayne. I just thought of as a goth kid. I don't know. He just didn't do anything for me.
Well, the nice thing for him, which he'll appreciate later, which is hard as an actor, is that he's not aging. He can still play the role of the Twilight kid. He looks very young and
maybe
youthful.
He is a vampire. Maybe he is. Maybe he is a vampire.
Maybe.
You never know. So did you know Paul Dano, who that is, that kid?
Paul Dano has been in a lot of movies. A lot of
independents. It was Swiss Army Man, or Knife. Swiss Army Man.
Well, Paul Dano has been confused with a lot of other actors who play, in movies like, Social Network.
He played in the Brian Wilson movie that I watched. He played Brian Wilson.
No, I mean, he's a
younger
great C actor, right? And meaning he plays the role, right? So he's been in episodes of the miniseries War and Peace. right? Looper, if some of you guys may remember that, because I know Cowboys and Aliens.
He was in Night and Day. He was the when Tom Cruise was saving him in Night and Day.
Well, this guy has been in movies since the beginning of the 2000s. A lot of you may remember him, The Girl Next Door, right?
Oh, that was his buddy, yeah.
2004, right?
Yeah.
But he started getting credits in the TV series Smart Guy in 1998. So you have seen him one way or the other, whether it be on The Sopranos.
He's one of those guys you see and you go, oh, that's that guy. I know him. It was from
he
that
has
movie.
that face that could blend in. And if you saw him at a grocery store, you probably would walk right by him.
All right. So remember, he is playing
But amazing actor.
The Riddler. Other things they teased at the I'm going to say Comic-Con. It so happens.
Fandome.
DC Fandome. They did the Suicide Squad behind-the-scenes look released at DC Fandome. It was really, really good. It showed from, oh my goodness, everyone you could possibly imagine's in there. And I don't even know their names. You have to tell me who they are. I have no idea who they are. There's one that's like an army guy, the Dot, the Spot. There's different ones.
Well, it's a really great experience. So if you did miss it today, you've missed the Wonder Woman 1984 panel. Yes, they even had time for the stores. Also, Warner Brother Games Montreal, if you don't know, they're really big for games like Hall of Heroes. Also, what you missed today, sorry, well, probably going to miss all of these things as we're talking about introducing the Flash panel, Beyond Batman panel, Suicide Squad. I mean, that's why you're seeing so many different things. Also, by the way, there's the Legacy of the Bat, right? Which goes into more games. Jim Lee did a portfolio review as well, too.
Really fast. Here we go. So, in the Suicide Squad cast, they've got, you ready for this? Pete Davidson's in it. That's a kid from Saturday Night Live with the tattoos. He just did that one with the new movie that was on demand. John Cena is the Peacemaker, which he's supposed to be like a Captain America said. Harley Quinn, Margaret Robbie, Idris Elba, Nathan Fillion, Elisa Braga, Taki Watita. I always say his name wrong. Michael Rooker looks like some crazy guy. Storm Reed, Rick Flag's back. God, there are so many in this movie. So many different characters. I've got to literally, because remember, it's just a behind the scenes. They don't really explain who is playing what and their characters. You get a quick peek of it. So I'm going to do, and I promise you I'll find out something, and I'll release the whole article about who everyone is going to be playing. That'll be at yournerdside.com if you want to check it out. Okay?
But the interesting one is Pete Davidson. Do you know who Pete Davidson is?
Yes, from Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Yeah.
So he is in it.
He's playing some. I see. Okay, so I have the pictures of what each one do. One looks like his Sean Gunn.
Pete Davidson is
God.
Blackguard.
Oh my
Michael
God.
Rooker is Savion.
Wait. Sean Gunn, again, his brother, who we interviewed, Sean Gunn.
Yeah, the Weasel.
He's in it. He's a weasel. And then who's playing the shark?
He is the weasel.
Yeah, who's the shark? Did they say that?
Shark does not have a prominent role. One moment, please. I'll tell you that much. King Shark is Steve Agee.
My God.
Yeah.
There are a lot of characters in this. A lot of
Timothy Carr, prison guard. Well, it's a prison guard, you know. So, but those are pretty much Ratcatcher 2. Daniela Melchior Choirs is on there. Luna, Mongol, The Thinker. You got a lot of people.
So if James Gunn's doing this movie, I have a feeling it's going to be a hit. This is just me. And people really trust him into making a good movie. All right.
But you know what I'm really glad is that Margot Robbie, I think she's just so underutilized because of her beauty. Like, she does a lot of stunts. She knows how to act, and she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I hope, because she really should have got an Oscar nom, for you guys don't know, from was it Tanya?
I, Tanya.
Yeah.
So the Teen Titans are back again. Titans cast. They released at a panel at DC Fandome that the Scarecrow is going to be in season 3. Also, Gordon daughter, what's her name? Barbara Gordon. She's going to be, we don't know who's playing her, but she'll be in season 3. A lot of new characters into the Titans. They're also pushing the Flash. Flash is going to be on for 2 more seasons. You can look forward to that. Also, Stargirl, who's just been, we've seen season 1 on, if you get a chance, you can watch it on demand. It's there. It's one on the